Virgo. Welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing your love read. This is for anyone, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Virgo. Also know this is a general read, Virgo, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Virgo, I am going to be speaking like I'm speaking about your person, but I could be speaking about you. I changed house, you guys. I'm still on vacation, so I'm here for another couple of days, and then I'm back to the normal setup that I've always had. So it's going to be a little louder here because, as you can see, I'm sure you guys see the oceans in the background, so it's just the noise from the ocean. But I do love nature noise, but some people, always, it's like, it's too loud back there. I was like, listen, what can we do, okay? Just enjoy the nature sounds. All right, so the energy of your person, Virgo. So I don't know who this is. There is an energy of someone who, because I can't, it feels like it's your person, but it also feels like it could be you, Virgo, because there is a energy of distance here. And I feel someone has gone through a whole lot, which the way they show love, it's misinterpreted. And so being able to become intimate with someone is very, very, it's a slow process. And so gaining that trust. And so it comes across where this person, I really do feel affection is cold. This person, doesn't really show a lot of affection. And this person could have had, probably come from an environment that they didn't have to show a lot of love. Also have partners. I feel they had partners that just were very toxic, and so it's how they see love. And so this energy feels like a person who doesn't know how to show love. So let's just pull in. I feel like they're trying, and so you're probably feeling like you're settling and settling for a attention and behavior that, like, I've gotten this before. Like, what is so hard for this to become, something to that nature? What is so hard to love someone and care for someone and show them you love them with affection? And, I feel like this person is not a PDA person. This person is just, very distant. Everything about them is distant. But they show in other ways. I feel like they show in other ways. So I think there has to be like a compromise. It feels like it has to be a compromise of how you both communicate that love. All right, Spirit. So let's see what else we've got. I'll try to make these videos short just because I know the angle is just different here, but it's so sweet. Let's see. You guys know how I go. Oh, all right. Thanks, Spirit. So we have past life, relationship, we have engagement, and then this is it, right? Heart-to-heart conversation, express your love. And so it's like, it's a slow movement to get into higher levels of commitment and see a future with this person, or you can see a future, right? Because I feel the interference of the connection is their past life, is the people from the past. It's, in this deck, it says you have known each other before. And I feel like it has to do with people before you. And it could be a commitment they had before you that they have to express what they used to experience or something to that nature. But it's why it's a slow movement to the connection with you and it going to the next step. And I also feel like there is a questioning whether, like, you see this with them as well. Like, I feel like things are kind of up in the air, but there has to be a heart-to-heart conversation, and there has to be, you both have to be very, like, invested in the conversation and in the heart space. And I feel that is the challenge in this connection, because there's too much of healing and forgiving the past that this person may need to go through. So here we have keep an open mind and true love. And so to really invest in a person like this, you will have to understand their ways and their slow movement. And here we have unrequited love and forgiving and learning, because they have to, right? This is their own process to learning to love themselves again, and learning to be able to express love in a more loving way, but in a different way, that it's not from the past, because the past is the past. It's done, it's over, it's gone. We can love our current person and our future person however we want to. It doesn't, our hearts don't have to be clouded with the past. It doesn't have to be that way. I mean, we can take that as wisdom, right? We can let our heart space, because the heart is the next brain. We have the brain, which is the mind, and the next brain is the heart. And we can allow our hearts to communicate what we feel to better discern, but we don't have to bring the pain and then attach it to our future, our current or future love. Like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me, but I feel someone needed that. So, and I kind of say that a lot, because it's, when you do love readings, before YouTube, I used to just do referrals, and I didn't have YouTube, and I didn't do readings based off of zodiac signs. And so when I decided to do the YouTubes, I decided to do the zodiac signs. I could have just decided to just do collective general reads as well, but I was like, you know what, let me do particular. And even with that, you tend to learn, as I've been doing this, you see the shifts in each of the elements, right? The groups of the elements and how they move. And it's added to my own wisdom of the readings and how I connect with the readings as well on the personal, because personals are completely different than this. But it's always interesting. Spirit, so give me more on this energy for Virgo. I mean, Virgo. So here we have, this is the Four of Wands, foundations and achievement. And this has to do with this person rerouting themselves. What I find interesting is, I love also, is that here we have the Emperor, and this is the cold person, right? They have a cold exterior, which has everything to do with their foundation, and how they connect. And this is about really, I feel it's a level of control, controlling their environment, right? Controlling their foundation, because of course they don't want to repeat the past. They don't want to repeat patterns. They don't want to go there again. And this is why they stand, I feel, in a little bit of the distorted Emperor, where it's like very on the edge about everything. But it's there's a difference in people. I think people need to understand, because we tend to, I'm seeing it in the YouTube world a lot. It's like people want to call everybody toxic and there are healthy people, and there are broken people, and then there are toxic people. You have to know who is who. This here is just a broken person. This is not a toxic person. This is a person who's been exposed to toxicity. Yes, and so it's taken them a toll, and as it would to anyone who has allowed someone. And so that's why this is 4/4, and grounding and protecting the foundation is very important, because I think coming out of that was very difficult. And so here we have the third eye and Ace of Swords, and I love this combination, because our third eye, and especially for me in this deck specifically, which is why I love to use this deck, this third eye shows the mirroring of the connection. And so what's happening is, with the Ace of Swords, that this is this is about communication, right? So this has everything to do with how they don't communicate, how they have to become clear. And this is about expressing love. This is about expressing clear communication. This is also how we both energies, because remember, it's a mirror, how both energies are projecting love to each other. And so that's why this express your love, things need to be clarified, because there might be things that are being misinterpreted, but it just requires a conversation, and it's both of a projection. And so there's still a holding on to the past. Like I said, your person needs to forgive, and maybe there are things in yourself, because if I'm getting the mirror energy, then there's the misinterpretation of the way they love is also an issue. You know, it's also causing and adding, I guess, it feels like the stress of the connection, which is why Spirit has to say, you know, it's just, you got to keep an open mind and kind of like put yourself in this person's shoes and really try to understand. And honestly, that's what an empath does. That's what I do. I do my best to understand and put myself in people's shoes, because obviously this person has a past, and then probably mirroring that to you there is a respect that needs to be held for each person's past experiences. If it's not yours, they don't need to behave the way your past hurt you, or the way you've healed you. It's going to be different on everybody. And so sometimes you have to allow and respect that space. And as I said, that it was 11-11. And so it's a surrendering energy, right? I mean, 11-11 is just a surrendering energy. It's a mirroring. 11-11, it's a mirroring energy. So here we go. We've got memories of love, conflict, defeat, and this is the past love. And I think this is the past, right? This person has been holding on to the past. And then we have the Leo energy here, strength. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm probably gonna have to do this quite a few times once I show the cards, because the lighting here is so strong in terms of just the natural lighting. But this person has to really release the past, forgive the past, because it definitely puts them in this ego, right? And I feel like this person feels like they easily lose some level of control in terms of, so there's insecurities here. And so it's like, it's a trigger, and it's like, I feel they may like react with arguments and conversations in ways that sometimes they don't even know. Like, so that's why the mirroring is happening, because what's happening is that they're seeing like, well, I don't need to really argue like this with my Virgo, but I realize how I've done this in the past, you know, with whoever I was with, right? In the past, in my past connection. And so this is what's causing these memories, this conflict and these memories that I need to learn to forgive, you know, and to do away with, because it's triggering sides of myself that I'm having a hard time communicating. And also out of embarrassment, because sometimes when healed people reflect back to us where we're unhealed, it does cause a little bit of humiliation within ourselves, because then, you know, we're like, you know, I'm possibly the common denominator here, right? You're like, well, you know, now not everybody thinks that way, because it requires you to be healed to do that. And sometimes some people just fall into the victim mode. But if they're with the healed people, and this is why healed people have to do their best to, if you're meeting, it's a good energy to reflect back what healing love is, what being healed is, and that's how you spread. It's contagious. It becomes contagious, and you somehow contribute to that person's growth and their moving forward in life, you know, however that looks. All right, so let's pull a few clarifiers here. Spirit, give me more on this foundation and achievement here. God, foundation and achievement, you guys. 5 of Swords. Give me a second here. I'm trying to pull it up. So 5 of Swords. I mean, this is where the conflict happens in this person's mind. And I feel they go, wow, you know, before I shuffled, this fell out. Like, this was, first of all, this card was mixed in another deck. And I was like, why is the 5 of Pentacles? I thought I cleared I put all my cards in the right place. And so I'm like, all right. And I'm like, this feels like Virgo energy. And so I put it back. Then it fell out before. And then I was like, dear Virgo. And here we go again. So Virgo, I really do feel this person is in 5s, right? So they're, it's a lot, you know, this person having to change the way they think. It's a process. This is not something. And so I feel this person knows that. This is why they're the Emperor. But It really is not. This is not easy. This is not easy for your person, I have to say. I can see why, Virgo, it can feel like you're settling for someone who's so hard to get through, because this person just kind of falls into traps of the mind, I feel, and in this 5 energy, this abandonment, this a lot of the wounds, and it's the mirroring. Unfortunately, it's the mirroring, and when this card shows up, I always feel it is healing, despite of how it looks, because to me, this card only comes out when there is a level of self-awareness that's happening here, and there is a deeper purpose, for me, a spiritual purpose behind it. Whether you guys view it that way or not, it's something is happening in the background for this person and you. So Spirit, give me more on this Emperor. Yeah, so look at that, clarified by justice. You know, nothing's going to tip this Emperor scale. This Emperor is about his order, and I feel this is the controlling ways of this person. So they're not going to, this Emperor doesn't want to fall back into those traps. This is about bringing order into their life, and whoever aligns with them also is going to have to understand that. The only thing is, again, it's how they communicate it. So this reading has a lot to do with communication. Spirit, give me more on this 3rd eye. Give me more on this 3rd eye. There goes that pride. And there goes that 6 of Cups again. So 6 of Cups comes out again, and the strength. So again, this is showing them where their confidence level, right? It easily triggers their insecurities and where they fall weak. And it took a lot for them to regain. I mean, they're showing up as the Emperor, so it took a lot for them to bring this order back into their life. And it's still a process. It's not done, because obviously they're triggered. And so when it's triggered with this mirror energy, it puts them back into memory lane. And, you know, it's like, I don't want to fall back into these traps and, you know, this person kind of, it's a moment, and it could be cyclical. And so it's just something to be mindful, right? Because this happens through communication. And so there's a need to understand this space for this person. So Spirit, give me more on this triumph and success, please. What is the Ace of Swords? I'm going to pull one more. Give me one more for this Ace of Swords. Yeah, there goes that Emperor again, you guys. All right, and look, the Queen of Swords, and look what's in the bottom. And Queen of Cups and the 8 of Wands, which is the communication, the emotional communication. I mean, look at these cards, you guys. I mean, it's a lot of people, but I feel like this is what they embody. So they're strict, right? They're very firm, and it's because it's a protection of emotions. I mean, whenever I see the King of Swords, Queen of Swords combined with the Emperor, it's like, this is not the easiest person to kind of get through, because this is a lot of self-preservation, and, you know, combined with the emotions. So what clarified the Ace of Swords was another energy here. So this person, again, is strong. So you guys can be dealing with strong Leo or Aries. You got strong fire here, because the fact that you have strong Leo showed up twice, and Aries, you could also be dealing with the Libra and another, what's the other fire sign, you guys? Sagittarius, right? And so Virgo as well. So you've got Ace of Swords, King of Wands, and the Hermit, and then the Emperor again in the bottom. And so again, this person, it's like, this is like, I can do it solo. A lot of us solo, I can do it solo, right? And it took a lot for this person to bounce back. So this person had, and I love the 9, you guys know how much I love this 9. I can't say it enough in my readings of how much I love the Hermit, because there's a lot of understanding that comes through the 9 of self-revelations and self-realization through this Hermit energy. And 9s are about closing cycles. So when you're in this space alone and you've nurtured that space for yourself, or you've just taken the time out, there's a lot that comes into this energy. Now it's how you alchemize that energy. I mean, this person obviously created hard boundaries. And this is a person who's very, you know, about protecting their space. Like, I mean, this is strong Leo energy too. So their emotions are being very protected. But this communication has to happen, right? And so both of you need to experience an understanding, and probably in this separation, because we're both spending time alone, and understanding first how to better understand each other, and then communicate that. Because this Ace of Swords, this conversation obviously needs to happen. This heart-to-heart conversation, in order for you to really understand each other, this heart-to-heart conversation needs to take place. And maybe it can work out. You know, it's obviously all up to you both, right? So, Spirit, give me message and guidance for Virgo, please. Give me message and guidance for Virgo. Give me message and guidance for Virgo. Virgo. So we've got High Priestess, Five of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, look at this, Nine of Pentacles and Two of Cups. So very Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy here. I feel like it's like it's the Nine of Pentacles. It's like you're willing to just walk things through by yourself if it's not going to be a reciprocating connection here. And so this is High Priestess. High Priestess is the single card. So again, you guys, they're in, you know, strong Hermit energy, like I said, separation. And so there is a lot battling in your mind. I think it's a lot of conflict of what's the next steps to take. I feel there is, because things are unclear. There's nothing clear. You're not clear, and so you're not settled also within your own spirit and soul about this connection. You're not done yet. The conversation's not done. I feel like unresolved emotions need to be expressed. And so I feel like you're open to this conversation, but this is also I feel like the waiting, like something to happen in the physical, like it's like you're not going to make any other steps elsewhere to, you know, to shift yet until you get some level of clarification within yourself and this person and where this connection is going. So let's just pull some, or like I said I was going to try to keep this short, but it's so hard. All right, Spirit, what is the blockage for this connection? I mean, seriously, fears. You and your lover fear being hurt again. Ay. That's what it is. That's what it is, Virgo. I mean, there's fears. It's this person, like I said, they just protect their hearts. And I feel it's your way of doing it, but you guys just do it in different ways. You both are in a space of just, you know, protecting yourself, and probably misinterpreting this person's lack of emotions and a way of expressing. But because it's, like I said, because it's mirroring, because this is why it's happening. There's mirroring here about how you both interpret love, understand love to be. It's just different. So Spirit, give me more on, give me an untold message of the heart of this person for Virgo, please. So we have gesture. I'm going to come and sweep you away. And I feel like it's a conversation. There will be a gesture. Why? I don't know what has happened between us. If you're confused, I'm confused. And that's the communication. Sorry, please accept my apology so we can move past this. And then surprise, big happy changes are coming when you least expect it. So this is beautiful, right? Because I feel like this person, like I said, once this conversation happens for a lot of you, this is going to shift the connection. And I feel that's why it's okay for this space to exist, because I think there's a level of forgiveness that is taking place here. I feel like there's a level of forgiveness that's taking place here within each other. And that's why you guys are gonna like be more compassionate towards it once it's heart to heart, because now it's going to be more of a deeper understanding of each other. And then it's like when those conversations usually happen, like it's a more intimate, you feel closer to your person. And I feel it's a closeness that will happen. But right now, this is a space, that is needed to clear way. And so, you know, the person is apologizing. Sorry, please accept my apology so we can move past this. And it's they know, right? So maybe they came off even with the way they speak, and that's what I'm saying, it's the misinterpretation of the way the, I guess, communications is being communicated, like it's being expressed, and it sometimes comes across really cold and distant. And that's what I'm saying, it feels distant, this energy does. So even though I did not tell you this before, and I might never get the guts to say this to you, but I do love you. Look at that. And again, it's holding back emotions. And then we have, I want to come back to you, hold you, kiss you, and love you. I desire it, but it's just not the right time. So, you know, time needs to pass for this connection to kind of mend itself, it feels. Maybe even resolve your emotions individually first, which is why there's a lot of Hermit and High Priestess, a lot of spending time alone. So Spirit, give me more on this energy for guidance for Virgo, please. Just the guidance for Virgo. Virgo, be present in the moment. So the past has passed and the future is still unknown. There is no need to worry. The only time that does matter is the present. Be mindful. And so this is just a matter of you being in the present moment right now, not overthinking, not letting your mind ramble on too much, right, about repeating what happened or whatever the case may be. But this is about you appreciating the moment in this moment, right? And I mean, we only have now, right? It's the present. So Spirit, what is the message from Source? What is the self-love message from Source to Virgo? Our authentic creative flow is sometimes dampened by the weight of old trauma. Take time to heal and grieve, knowing freedom and success will continue to unfold in miraculous ways. And again, that is the present moment. So it's about time and living in the present and not in the past. So again, if some of you may have some of this lingering energy, again, which makes you interpret this person's way of communicating, it's a mirror, right? So it's both of you. It's just different experiences. And so both have things that need to kind of close out and forgive and kind of grieve and move on. And then that'll liberate, right? Because then you'll live more in the present moment. And so there's a sense of freedom of not needing to worry, right? There's no need to worry. The only time that does matter is the present. Be mindful. And so Spirit, you know, Source just wants you to be mindful, because there is freedom and success that will unfold in miraculous ways. So, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for stepping by here at Larisa Lili Temperance. Please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you enjoy my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you. Until next message. Bye.